Go out on your own, like the world is your oyster and there is no capped ceiling, like you can break through that. And this is how I work about 10 hours per month. Because I do that, I offer digital services that allows me to do it from my computer, right? Trades have always been around, but they've always been something labor intensive and on location, like a plumber or an electrician, right? But trades have always been something where you get paid for a result, not the time spent, right? When you work a job, you're there getting paid to be there regardless of if you finished your work or not, you know? You're trading your time for money. With trades, it's like a plumber shows up to your house. If it takes him 10 minutes to unclog your toilet, he's gonna get paid the same amount as if it took 2 hours, right? It's about results. And that's the thing with digital trades too, is that you get paid for results. So you're no longer trading your time for money. You get paid based on the type of results that you can deliver. It doesn't matter if it takes me 2 minutes or if it takes me 2 days, so long as my clients are being profitable and getting really good results, nobody cares. And the beauty about trades, digital trades like this are, you can do it from your computer, right? Like a plumber and electrician, you have to be on location. You can only scale so much because you have to be somewhere, right? With this, just your computer, and you don't have to have like clients that are close by. I don't have any local clients. I don't go and see any of my clients. They're all from all over the place, and so you can be anywhere and have clients from anywhere. So that's the beauty about digital trades. And there's hundreds of digital trades, right? Graphic design, SEO, website development, bookkeeping. There are so many. You don't have to go down the same path I did. The reason why I choose Meta ads and TikTok ads and email marketing for my services is I've been doing this for 11 years. And I've offered a lot of services over the last 11 years, starting with website development. And I quickly learned that not all pay the same and not all workloads are the same. So I ended up narrowing it down to those three: Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing, because they pay the most and they're the easiest to outsource. So if I were to go back and restart all of this all over again, those would be the three I would focus on, say to heck with all the other ones. Not that there's anything wrong with the other ones. I promise there's not. It's just, for me personally, and if I'm gonna teach it to you, I'm gonna teach it to you the way I did it and how I hit these high numbers, and how if you want to follow suit, this would be my suggestion. Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. Anything in the advertising space pays the most, and I'll tell you why. It's because I can determine, or anybody in the paid ad space, email marketing as well, that's why I offer that too, I can tell my clients down to the very penny how much money I am making them for my efforts, right? Meta tells you all of the metrics, right? It says how much money they're spending, what their cost per purchase is on their ads, what their cost per add to cart is, how many purchases they got, what the total value of each of those purchases cost, what their return on advertising spend is. And so I know if we spent $100,000 that month, that I brought in $500,000 and 6 cents. Like, I can tell them that, and that is why you can validate those rates, right? Why I can charge $10,000, $12,000 a month for clients, because I'm generating them $500K every single month, right? Like, with things like social media management, unfortunately, SEO, you can't put a dollar amount behind it specifically, right? You can see an overall lift in sales and be like, oh, well, we've been going hard on social media, so it's probably attributed to that, and which it probably is, but you can't put the exact dollar amount behind organic efforts, which is a pity, because if you've ever run a social media account, it's a full-time job. It's way more work than ads, like way more work, and it just simply doesn't pay as much because you can't put the penny behind it. And so that is why I stick with these services. It's voted very well for me, and why I continue to preach them. Google Ads is another great service. I'm a transparent person. I don't like Google Ads personally. Like, I'm a social ads kind of gal. That's the side of my brain. It's not search engine ads, it's social ads. Also, still, Google Ads pays well, but still not as paid as Meta. The scalability on Google isn't comparable to Meta. For instance, the clients that I have that I run Meta ads for also run Google Ads. They spend about $10,000 per month on Google, whereas they spend $100,000 per month on Meta. So the more money they spend, the more my rates go up, and the better they perform, the more money they will spend, right? And so if they can't have that same type of scalability on Google, they can't spend as much, aka you can't get paid as much. So that is why I offer those skills, why I promote those skills. And listen, you guys, I I have an entire boot camp, a step-by-step boot camp that certifies you in these services, okay? I'm a transparent person. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that what I have in my boot camp, you can't learn online. That's how I learn. I'm 100% self-taught, and this is coming from somebody who sells it, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I know only secrets that if you don't purchase, you will never know. If anybody tries to sell you on something like that, full of shit, okay? Like, get real. The internet has infinite free information, okay? Like, let's just be honest with ourselves and with each other. The only difference is if you want to learn something new, right? Naturally, there has to be an investment. And that investment can come in two forms: time or money. It took me 11 years to get to where I am now, okay? To hit these numbers. I was making about 10K a month for like a solid 5 years, or it took me about a solid 5 years to hit 10K a month. And then that was like a mental threshold for me. And once I got over that, it was a lot easier to scale. But the thing is that it took me 11 years to hit 6 figures a month, right? I have students like Danny in her first 4 months made $80,000 in monthly retainers offering meta ad services to insurance companies. Like, she hit my numbers in 4 months. So you can make an investment of your time where you can learn, you can figure it out. That's what I did. I did it. So you can do it too. Like, it's totally doable. I'm not gonna sit here and say it isn't. I did it. I know it's doable. The world knows it's doable. The thing is or you can accelerate that process by learning from somebody who's been there, done that, eliminates all the guesswork, and can just give you what works instead of you having to trial and error, blood, sweat, and tears, figure out what works, what doesn't work, and scale, right? So an investment can come in two forms: your time, or a money investment where you basically buy somebody else's time. So that is how you can learn these things. And I would, like I said, recommend those 3 services: Meta ads, TikTok ads, email marketing. Again, there are plenty of other services you can learn. I know I have a student of mine, actually, she pops into my lives all the time, so she might be in here, but she offers bookkeeping services, right? And she took my course because she wanted to learn, my boot camp, because she wanted to learn how to take that service, market it, scale it, and become really efficient and automated and only work about 10 hours per month. She just told me that her husband doesn't have to work anymore because she makes so much money off of bookkeeping services. And you guys, like, I use QuickBooks. I pay somebody to manage my QuickBooks. You would think that, like, I don't have to pay somebody because QuickBooks manages it. Like, no. You still need somebody to go in there, fine tune it, maintain it, make sure it's a well-oiled machine. And that's what she does, and she's crushing it. Like, crazy. And these are things that you do at jobs, right? Full-time jobs have bookkeepers, but, like, you don't realize that you can go out on your own and do these things. And it's just simply because we haven't been taught that. We've been taught, go to school, get a degree, get a job, right? And we haven't been exposed that there's even another option, and there totally is. Whatever you're currently doing at your job, if it's like an office job and you're on the computer, I promise you can go out on your own and do. It's just we're like, but how? Because we've never been taught that. We've been taught, get a job. So, like, I know copywriters who make 20K per month and they use AI. They crank out that copy in like 5 minutes that used to take like 20 hours of work because of AI, and they make a killing. Like, it's wild. It's wild. And like, there are so many services, but again, I narrow it down to the ones that I do now because they pay the most and they're the easiest to outsource. So step first, if you want to live a 10-hour, 10K work month, right, where you work only 10 hours per month. Oh, you guys, just so you know, the boot camp that I offer is half off right now during this live training, as a special thank you guys for being here and for participating. But if you guys stay till the end, I'm going to do a giveaway and give away one lucky audience member the entire boot camp. So let me run through what a 10-hour, 10K work month is like, and so you guys can go ahead and implement it like right after this live. You guys can go, I'll give you actionable steps to do right now, right after this live to do it. Okay. First, you got to learn the skill or the trade, right? Again, I offer that in my boot camp, but if you want to do it on your own, have AI. ChatGPT, and I learned these skills before AI and ChatGPT. Have AI ChatGPT give you an entire 30-day crash course lesson plan. Actually, I would recommend using Perplexity because Perplexity is better with direct links. Like, Watch. Give me 1 second and I will come up with a prompt for you guys, okay? Give me 1 second, because I think I have a really good prompt somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I'm doing this. This is what a live training is like. You get like stuff in action live. So give me 1 second. And I recommend doing this prompt in Perplexity, right? I'm a big fan of ChatGPT, right? But because it's usually my default. But Perplexity, and this is the free version of Perplexity, really has, it provides better links, that's all. Like I'll say, like, give me a link to watch like a YouTube video that'll teach me how to scale meta ads, and it'll give me a bogey link. Sometimes Perplexity does that too, but if I tell it, hey, you gave me a bogey link, give me a better one, it'll give you a better one. ChatGPT sometimes doesn't do that. So, okay, I'm gonna give you guys a prompt. I think I found it, that I have, and we'll put it together in Perplexity and see how you guys can learn these services totally for free. This is coming from somebody who sells you how to do these services, okay? So let me go put it into Perplexity, and I'll show it to you guys right here in real time. Oh my God, I helped you work through AI and create a brand new system for coaching that nobody else has. I'm so glad, Soul, that's awesome, congrats. You guys, this is why I do what I do. How cool is this? Like, we're all just making money, reaping benefits. Like, this is insane. This is so cool. Okay, so here is the prompt that I got, and I'm gonna put it into Perplexity. This is free, Perplexity is free, ignore all my tabs. I like to live my life in utter chaos. It's organized utter chaos. Okay, this is just one window. I have like 5 windows like this. Anyways, this is the free version of Perplexity. It's perplexity.ai. It's another AI chatbot, but it's really good with like research and outside links. So I put into this, and if you guys are signed up for my emails, I'll send this prompt out to you guys in an email after this live. You know, you just sign up for my emails. You get like 32 free prompts anyway if you just sign up for my emails. It's in my link in bio. It'll take you to my link tree and it'll say sign up for my emails. I said, okay, act as a world-class meta ads strategist and educator. Create a 30-day crash course that will take me from a complete beginner to expert level meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, media buyer. Structure it as a daily curriculum with progressive learning. Each day should include a focused topic or theme, audience research, pixel setup, campaign objectives, ad copywriting, retargeting, scaling strategies, etc. A high quality, up-to-date YouTube videos that teaches the concepts, direct links included. That's important. Again, sometimes it gives bogey links. Click it. If it gave you a bogey link, tell it, you gave me a bogey link, fix that. A list of action steps or exercises I can implement to reinforce learning, bonus tools or templates if relevant, pro tips or common mistakes to avoid. By the end of the 30 days, I want to be able to run high-performing meta ad campaigns for myself or clients, confidently handle budgets, troubleshoot issues, and scale campaigns profitably. Assume I have zero experience, no prior knowledge, and no budget for expensive courses. So everything you recommend should be free, okay? Make this so comprehensive and actionable that I never have to Google another tutorial again. So good. So sign up for my emails and I will give you guys that prompt. I'm gonna go ahead and submit it and see what Perplexity gives us. So this is step number 1 to a 10-hour, 10K work month life, right? First, you have to learn a digital skill or service. You don't have to go to school. There's no degree in these. There's no degree in meta ads anyway. So like, what are you gonna do, right? You gotta learn online somehow, either self-taught or through a trainer if you want it to be accelerated. Oh, so look at it. It's like searching. I love Perplexity because it shows everything that it searches for you. So it's saying it's YouTube, Class Central. What is this? League, Class Central, and it's giving, here's your 30-day meta ads mastery. And again, this is like initial output. Obviously, I would fine tune this to get it specifically to how I would want it, but like great right off the bat. So let's see. First, we're going to learn the day 1 through 10 is going to be foundation and setup. It's going to be day 1, meta ads ecosystem overview, the best Facebook ads tutorial for beginners 2025. It gave us a direct link, and then it's giving us action steps, right? So like to do at home. Create a Meta Business Manager account, familiarize with Meta Ads Manager interface, and then it's giving us the tool to click on to do that. And then it says pro tip, always use Business Manager, not personal ad account. That is a great tip, and I'm glad that they said that because that is spot on for client work. You never, ever use your own personal ad account for client work. Everything is under a client's name, client's credit card, they own it, you get it. So I'm gonna click on the video that it sent us just to see if it's a relevant video. Okay. This is the video that it gave us. It's 1 hour and 13 minutes long. So I'm gonna say that's pretty in depth, I would imagine, right? It was posted 4 months ago, so that's fairly relevant, and it's gotten 266,000 views. That's a lot. So I'm sure this is a fairly credible video to watch to at least get the basics and the foundation down, right? So I'm assuming the rest of what Perplexity gave is gonna be pretty valid. It was a little generic, just like days 1 through 10 learn this. Like I want like, no, oh no, it did. My bad, it did list out day 1, day 2. So day 1 is learning the meta ads ecosystem. Day 2 is how to set up the pixel and event system, and then another video or just a guide. Campaign structures, like sign up for my emails, go to my link in my profile. It'll take you to my link tree if you guys want this, and sign up for my emails. I send out tons of free stuff, like just free prompts, free all of this cool stuff, Anti-Workaholic Digest, all this stuff. Okay, so that's how you learn a skill trade totally, completely for free, hands down. Obviously, it's easier said than done, right? Like it's gonna take a lot. You have to be very disciplined and you have to be very motivated, but like it's advanced stuff as it should be. You get paid very well. If you get paid well, what you learn has to be advanced, right? Like there's no skirting around that. It would be really nice to learn something very easily and make a shit ton of money by barely working, right? The world we all would someday like to live in. Maybe soon with AI robots, maybe soon, but that day is not today. So in the meantime, we gotta make money somehow. So this is one way you can learn it. Again, I have an entire boot camp that will teach you these skills, walk you through it like step by step with like I'm moving your mouse, right? But this is the free way to learn it, totally doable. Number 2, right? Okay. Sorry, I see you guys asking a lot of questions. I'm gonna try and run through this as best as I can, as quickly as I can, and it hopefully will cover the questions you ask. If it doesn't, I'm opening this up for Q&A at the end. And I'm also doing a giveaway. So stay till the end, ask your questions, I will answer them. That is why I go live, it is to answer your questions. This is a very unique training that I'm doing this time. So I really, really want to answer your questions. So if I'm not answering your question, I'm not avoiding it. I just want to run through this entire thing, give you guys as much information as possible, and then open it up to Q&A. I'll try and answer your guys' questions, but just know that that's what's happening and I'm not avoiding you or ignoring you. Broke to Billionaire says her emails are great, all of her tips and tricks in one place. Thanks so much, I'm so glad you enjoy my emails. I try to give you guys as much free information as possible, I really do. Okay, like I said, I get messages and stuff like that, and it's like, how can I not do what I do? How can I not show up every single day? You guys are the coolest and the best, and I love this community, and I'm very excited to be here, and this is like my first time doing a training like this, so I hope you guys are enjoying it and finding it valuable, and I'll continue to do these if you do. Can anybody see your comments? Yes, I can see your comments. Full disclosure, I am live at 2 places at once. I'm live here on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. I'm live here on Instagram. So just so you know, if you see me looking at other places or answering questions and you're like, where was that asked? I'm live at 2 places at once. I'm here. I'm everywhere. Gotta work smarter, not harder, right? Okay. So now that we've learned the skill or service, right? And you can do this with any skill or service. Obviously I picked Meta Ads. That is my highest ticket service that I offer. That is the one that I have clients on retainer for $10,000 to $12,000 every single month for that service alone, okay? So we've learned the skill, we've learned the trade, right? Now the next step we have to do, and this is a 30-day crash course that I had it outlined for you, right? You could learn it a lot quicker, you could learn it a lot longer. Everybody is different. Entrepreneurship isn't black and white. Don't think that you have to fit into a certain box because that doesn't exist in entrepreneurship. You're fine. So now we have to position ourselves as an expert, right? We've got to become the go-to person in these skills so that we book clients, right? We have to lay that foundation. You can't just say, hey, this is what I do. Trust me, give me money, right? You got to lay that foundation. You got to build that authority and that credibility. And you're going to position yourself as an expert with a website and with a LinkedIn profile, okay? Your website, AI can build it. AI can speak, you can speak a website into existence now. Landing sites, it's a great one. 10Web, it's a great one. Gamma.app, it's a great one. They will build you AI apps and you just speak it into existence. It'll have like an about you section, a services page, and a contact page. That's all you need, I promise. And that just gives you the extra little bit of foundation and authority that you are an expert in your field if you've got a credible website. Canva, free AI website. Canva will create you a free AI website. This is one of those things where people are like, I don't have the capital to invest. I don't have the money to invest. I made my first $10,000 without spending a dime. Without spending a dime. I had a free website. LinkedIn profiles are free. I still have a free LinkedIn profile. I still have it at gmail.com. I don't have a fancy email. No one cares. I run a 7-figure business at gmail.com. Like, nobody cares. The only thing it cost me was Wi-Fi and a computer. And to be fair, the library has both of those for free. For free. Sammy, Canva will make you a site. Canva will build you a free website and host it for free. It just will say like .canva.com, right? It doesn't matter, it's free. It's free. Crazy, okay? So don't think that you have to buy a fancy logo, you have to buy an LLC. I didn't have an LLC for my first 5 years. Is it important? Eventually. If you're not making any money, you don't need any of that stuff, right? Like, I hate to say this because it sounds bad, but it's true, okay? If your business hasn't generated a single dime, and I'm not even talking about profits, okay? If you haven't taken in a single dime for your business, you don't have a business. It's just an idea. It's an idea that's hopefully going to turn into a business, but it's not a business yet. When you make your first dime, you've got a business. You've validated the market that somebody wants this. It's a good idea. You're making money. That's when you reinvest. That's when you're like, okay, I'm making money now. Now I can reinvest it in things that will solidify a bigger business and help me scale. So making your first amount of money, you don't have to spend a dime, okay? All right, so now we're positioning ourselves as expert websites, landing sites, 10Web, Gamma, Canva. All great AI websites. You can speak it into an existence. Say, hey, I want a website that looks like this with these colors, this information, build it for me, it'll do it. Crazy, right? We live in crazy times. I have a background in coding. You know what you'd have to do before that? Even with like template, like Squarespace websites was a lot of work. Like, this is nuts, okay? And then you want to, now we built the website, right? That's gonna help us attract those high paying clients. Then you gotta get a LinkedIn profile, okay? If you already have a LinkedIn profile for your current job, don't worry, it's fine. I know you're like, you can only have one LinkedIn profile. Yeah, that's true. One is personal and one is business. So your personal one, right, that's tied to your current job. You can create another one, right? I'm Laura Anderson if I have a job, but I'm Digital Laura Anderson business, okay? So you can have two separate ones. One is a business. You don't even have to put your face on it, right? You don't have to make social media accounts for this at all. You don't get clients on social media. This is like the one thing where you make internet money, like money from the internet without social media involvement. Like, I know that there are so many people who are like, I want to make that internet money, but I don't want to post on social media. Like, please, this is like the one thing that's behind the scenes. So with your LinkedIn profile for this business, you can just have a brand, right? You can say, what's up from Step Brothers, Prestige Worldwide, right? Come up with a name, have ChatGPT come up with a name for you, build a logo in Canva, speak the logo into existence. It's free, put it up there, and then This is an insider secret that I share in the 10-hour 10K work month on how to get your LinkedIn profile so that you attract recruiters, right? Because I have a strategy on getting clients on LinkedIn that it doesn't involve DMing businesses a million times, because who wants to do that? Nobody. Trust me, I get messages from people all the time trying to offer me services. It's so awful. I hate it. And I know other companies hate it too. So we're not doing that, okay? So the secret for LinkedIn, which you guys are getting insider information that I only share in my boot camp, I'm giving it to you guys right here, right now. So you're gonna have your LinkedIn profile, right? You're gonna change your status to open to work, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go and you're gonna research people in the meta advertising space, right? Or people in the space that you're offering the service. You're gonna look for people who have a ton of followers, who have a ton of engagement, who are clearly crushing it in that space. You are going to take their profiles and essentially reverse engineer them, replicate them. I'm not saying copy and paste what they have, obviously, but whatever they have, whatever they include on their pages, you need to include on yours, right? So what type of skill sets do they have on there? Do they have a video that introduces themselves? Like, hey, I'm such and such, this is what I offer. What do their photos look like? What do their posts look like? What else do they include on those pages? You have to also include on those pages. Use them. Those are your competition, your high-end competition, right? Don't go for people in the lower space. Go for people in the high space. And use that success leaves breadcrumbs. It leaves breadcrumbs. They have blueprints. Replicate their blueprint. Like I said, you're not copying and pasting, right? You can even, what you could do, okay, is copy and paste all of their profiles into ChatGPT and say, hey, ask me questions about my background or I'm an expert, right? And here are all my competitions. Here are all their profiles, right? Create me a profile that surpasses theirs. Now you've got a fully robust LinkedIn profile, and here's where I tell you that you have a secret little way to not have to reach out. This is how I get lots of clients on LinkedIn without doing a single cold DM, right? I changed my status to open to work. You're gonna get that little banner over your profile picture that says open to work, which now allows you to populate when recruiters are searching for those services, okay? And so now what you do is you post on LinkedIn. You make posts, that's it. You don't DM people, you make posts. And your posts have to be valuable information regarding your services. ChatGPT can spit out 50 valuable pieces of content that you can post twice a day. You can automate it. Does it all for you. It's not like you have to sit around thinking, research. No, ChatGPT will have it all for you. Use appropriate hashtags, and you will start populating for when recruiters are looking for those services, okay? Then you're gonna start to get hit up by recruiters being like, hey, I have this client, they're looking for your services, can I submit you? And you're gonna be like, heck yes, thank you. When can we start? Bada bing, bada boom, now we're cooking, baby, now we're cooking. And that's just LinkedIn, okay? That's just LinkedIn. So you're positioned as an expert, right? So we've learned the service and the skills, okay? Learned the services and the skills, fully versed. We've positioned ourselves as an expert with a website, with a LinkedIn profile that is killer, that beats all of our competition because we've hacked them and reverse engineered them. Now, and that I already explained how to get clients on LinkedIn, okay? Now's the hard part, right? Which getting clients, what is the hard part? That's what I mean. The hard part is getting clients. And this is where I've seen every other training or boot camp or thing fall short, because nobody teaches you how to go out on your own. It's all learn these services so you can get a job, right? And so this was the main driving factor behind creating the 10-hour 10K work month, because it teaches you the business side, how to get clients, how to actually make money, go out on your own, and then create an entire business out of it that is automated and delegated so that you make over $10,000 per month in only 10 hours of work. So you have to get clients. That's the hardest part. This is the business side, and it's gonna take a little bit of work, okay? This is not a get rich quick thing. Trust me, you don't want to get rich quick thing. It blows up in your face literally 100% of the time. You don't want that, okay? You want something that you can set up that will be as close to passive income as possible, but you do have to do the groundwork and lay that foundation. Give or take 6 months, 2 hours a day, okay? I'm not asking for like a full-time commitment job here, okay? You don't have to do that. It's consistency. It's a consistency play. Consistency pays off 100% of the time. Eventually you get your first client. Everybody gets their first client at some point, regardless of their experience level. I promise there is somebody that is dumber than you that has gotten their first high paying client without any experience. Like I promise. But I make it as easy as possible, right? Is it easy? No, but I make it as easy as possible, right? So you're gonna get clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, okay? Again, different strategies on all of these. I already told you the LinkedIn strategy. On Upwork, it's going to be fairly similar where you're gonna reverse engineer your competitors' profiles so that you can replicate it, and then you can copy and paste that into ChatGPT and say, hey, make my Upwork profile better than theirs. You can do that on Upwork too. But on Upwork now, you've got to submit proposals. This is where it differs from LinkedIn. You've got to submit proposals, okay? You got to submit proposals until, this is, not literal, but until your fingers bleed, okay? Till you get to the end of Upwork and you've submitted every single proposal. This is the hard work. This is where you're laying the groundwork, that foundation, because once you get your first client, it's a snowball effect, right? But you'll hear a lot of no's before you hear a single yes. That's showbiz, baby. You want to make money, you gotta put in some work. That is life. There is no shortcut to there's no get rich quick thing, right? It just doesn't exist. So you have to put in the groundwork somewhere. And this is when I say put in 6 months of work for 2 hours a day. This is where the bulk of it is, and that's getting clients, because that's the hardest part. And it's even harder when you're a beginner, right? So you're gonna submit tons of proposals, as many as you can, right? And you can have ChatGPT customize each and every single one of these proposals so they're custom for that specific. Don't just copy and paste the same exact thing, hey, I'm such and such. Here's why I would be a great candidate for this role. Be like, hey, I reviewed such and such that you gave, your company's great, blah, blah, blah. Here's how I'd improve it. This is why I'm a great candidate, right? Have AI ChatGPT give you, and so that you can churn out these proposals like it's nothing, okay? So that's Upwork. Then you're going to go to Indeed, and I have a different strategy, of course, on Indeed as well, okay? On Indeed, I suggest you're going to submit proposals, right? But this is more of a job site, okay? Upwork is more freelancer, and we don't want a job, right? We don't want a job. What you want to do is apply for these jobs, but you're going to take a spin on it. You're going to say, listen, you don't want an in-house position, trust me. You want me. You're not going to have to pay me a salary. You're not going to have to pay me benefits, and you're going to get the same amount of effort and results as you would an in-house person, and here's why, okay? Keep in mind, in my boot camp, my 10-hour 10K work month boot camp, I give you every single resource. So cover letter template, proposal template, contract template, scope of service template, mock interviews with clients so that you know what types of questions they ask, okay? You get all of that. It's like a turnkey. You just have to implement and execute. So if you're wondering, how do you phrase all this stuff, it's all in the 10-hour 10K work month boot camp. And I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about it right here, but just letting you know what's in there. And it's half off during this training, fully half off. If you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my Linktree. It's the first link in my Linktree. You'll see a countdown timer. And I do let that offer extend to 20 or 30 minutes after the live. So I believe that offer ends at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, just a heads up. If you guys want it, it's my way of saying thank you guys for joining this training. And also, you guys stay till the end. I'm gonna give a boot camp away. So if you want to be one of that lucky person, you got to stay till the end. Okay, so on Indeed, you're gonna submit. So first you'll filter it when you're searching. You're gonna filter it, and obviously it's way more in depth than all of this. Okay, I'm just trying to give you the fast insider tips that I can, but it's way more in depth than all of this. Which is why I created the boot camp. But I want to give you guys as much insider free information as I possibly can. So on Indeed, first when you're applying, you can filter the jobs for contract work and for remote. So those are going to be the first ones you apply for, right? Because those are freelancers. They're contract work and they're remote. Then after you've applied for all of those, it's going to be contract work, freelancer for media buying, right? Or for meta ads or for email marketing. Then once you've applied to all those, I recommend applying for the salary jobs that pay really, really well and pitching it as I will do this service for you as a freelancer, and it's going to benefit you much better. You probably just never even thought to do that, and here's why. Okay, so We've learned the services and the skills, right? We're a certified expert in them if you take the boot camp, or if you're self-taught, you've versed yourself very, very well, okay? Then we've positioned ourselves as an expert, right? With a free AI website and with a LinkedIn profile, right? We're cooking now. We are cooking. We've tailor-made our profile on LinkedIn and on Upwork to be cutting edge with our competitors, and we are implementing the strategies on all three of the different platforms completely differently, right? This is how I get a lot of my clients, the way I get my highest paying clients, okay, right? Because odds are you're not going to get a $10,000 a month client on Upwork, right? Possibly LinkedIn or Indeed. Odds are not on Upwork, especially as a beginner. The way I get my highest paying clients is through referrals, okay? I've gotten an email marketing client for $2,500 per month on Upwork, and I sent them, after 90 days, which is something that I recommend and I teach, I sent them out a referral letter email that basically, and I give this template to you guys in the bootcamp, it says, like, hey, you want to be on everyone's top of their list come the holidays? Like, you're going to want to recommend me. Look where you came in at when we started, and look where you are now. This is what I gave and delivered to you in 90 days. If you recommend me and I drive these same results for like your buddy, they're gonna love you. You're gonna be the cool kid on the block. Obviously it's more professional, but it's an ego play and they love it. So I've gotten a $10,000 a month client from a $2,500 a month Upwork client, because referrals, it's the easiest close, okay? So people always ask me like, oh, I go on Upwork and I see like $5,000 a month clients. I never see a $10,000 a month client. And they're like, how are you getting these $10,000 a month clients? Referrals, 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 referrals. You can't get a referral until you have a lower paying client, right? That's just how it is. Is this legal? Is this a real question? Of course this is legal. These are, every single business on the face of the earth runs ads, like literally. Or they have email marketing, but the best ones do all three. What do you mean, is this legal? What? Okay, so now, I legally make a ton of money, and so do all my students. Okay, so we've learned the skills, the services, positioned ourselves as an expert, you guys. Now we know how to get clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, and through referrals. We're cooking, baby. We're cooking, right? That's a lot of work, right? Now you've got the clients, you're doing a lot of work, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do the work. We want to live a 10-hour work month, right? We want to make over $10,000 and we want to only work 10 hours. So how do we do that? How do we get to that position? Because I did the work for a long time. I don't want to do it anymore. I never want to do it again, okay? And I recommend doing this from day one. This is why you want to learn from somebody who's been there and done that, because, the answer to get to a 10-hour work month is by automating and by delegating, okay? And it took me a long time to delegate, right? To outsource the work, to hire somebody else to do the work. And the reason why it took me so long and why it takes a lot of people so long is we have holdups, right? Nobody can do a good of a job as me. Oh my God, nobody can do a good a job as me. Like, if I hire somebody else, quality will go down, my business will tank, it'll be a nightmare, okay? That was egotistical of me. Egotistical of a lot of people, okay? Plenty of people can do a good job as me, okay? Be real, all right? Plenty of people are happy to do just as good a job as me, okay? And the only way to scale, you will always hit a ceiling as one person. It's just the law of physics, okay? You will always hit a ceiling. And if you want to hit a ceiling and you're fine making like 10K per month, 5K per month and doing all the work, that's fine. Like, self-awareness is very important. If you like that, there's no problem with that. But if you want to hit high numbers, like you want to hit like 6-figure months like me, you got to outsource the work, you got to delegate it. There's no way around it, okay? Doesn't matter how much you automate. Trust me, I'm the queen of automation. I've automated everything I possibly can. You'll still hit a ceiling as one individual person. So you got to hire help. And that was something that was really hard to overcome when I was the one already doing all of the work. So this is why I recommend outsourcing right from the get-go. Also, I had it in my head that I was like, oh, if I outsource the work, I'm going to lose money, right? That's money out of my pocket. I've got to pay somebody now. Like, oh my God, I'm going to lose so much money. And that was really hard to get over. And once I got over that, you know what happened? I started to make way more money. You know why? Because I've now focused on bringing in more clients, AKA bringing in more money, because now I don't have to sit around all day doing all of the busy work. That's handled. So now I can focus on what drives the needle, which is getting more clients, AKA making more money. So very, very important to delegate the work out and to automate it. And so there are plenty of ways you can automate it, right? Again, I am the queen of AI. Sorry, my dog's scratching at the door. He wants to get out. You know when you like force your pets to stay with you? Stay with me, Sebastian, please. And you're like, girl. Anyways, so automating with AI, right? This is what completely scaled my business to an entire level. First of all of the back end is automated using AI, right? I've created AI templates, AI flows, so that the client onboarding, all of that stuff is automated through Zapier and like a custom GPT. But what really took me to the next level was I created an AI automation on Zapier to do my lead generation for me, okay? This is cold outreach. I've never done cold outreach before, right? I always get clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, never cold outreach, because cold outreach is a full-time job. Like, that's why they have call centers, okay? I don't want to do that. Who wants to do that? Nobody. Which is why I only focused on warm leads. But now if AI can do the cold outreach for me, I'm gonna totally have it do that, right? Duh. So I never used Zapier before. It took me like 6 months to build out this automation. What I did was I created a custom GPT that's essentially my clone. It knows everything about me, my business. Inside of that, I fed it proposals, case studies, my website, all of that information. I fed it emails I've had, communications with clients, who knows exactly how I talk, but I also configured it to be an expert closer and negotiator. So it's like me, but times like a million and way better. And so what happens is that automation gets triggered anytime I have a new lead. Sorry, let me let the dog out. He's getting very upset. Sebastian. Okay, so anytime I have a new lead is when that automation gets triggered, and my custom GPT will go in and take that lead, put it into Gmail for me, write a custom subject line, a custom email body, pitching my services for me on my behalf, sends that email out, has back and forth communication with that potential client, and either A, closes them right there in the email, or B, schedules a call with me so I close them on the call. Isn't AI awesome? Like, oh my God. Bonkers. Like I said, it took me 6 months, like, because there are so many like little nuances that I didn't think about. Like, once a client responded to my pitch, and then I responded back. Well, my AI responded back, but in like 30 seconds, like 4 paragraphs, and the person was probably like, "What the hell did they respond so fast?" So I was like, okay, gotta fix that. Now I have it on like randomized time delay, so it'll respond back in 10 minutes or 2 hours or 5 minutes, you know? So humanized time delays, all these like weird little nuances that like took like 6 months to fine tune. That AI automation, listen, anybody can build it out, okay? I provide it for you in the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp. I walk you through the entire customization of it. I give you the template so you don't have to build it out. And I walk you through the customization of it. Like, it's single-handedly what took me to millionaire status. Like, I was making $30,000 per month, and now I make 6 figures a month because it handles all for me. My one student, Rick, who I did a live with Rick. He actually came live with me once and walked and talked through it. He purchased the 10-hour 10K work month, and he's like in his 50s, and he's like a film director, so he had no background in this whatsoever. He purchased the 10-hour 10K work month, and within 2 months, he had $50,000 worth of monthly retainers, offering Meta ad services to med spas and plastic surgeons at 10K a pop with this AI automation. Like, insane, so cool. So now that we've automated all of the back end, the lead generation, everything we can with AI, right? We're automated. Now we've got to delegate the work out, okay? Like I said, you'll always hit a ceiling no matter how automated you get. You'll hit a ceiling, okay? So you gotta hire help. Like I said, you're gonna work way less, you're gonna make way more money, you're not gonna be doing the work. Like, it's win-win, I promise. It just can be a mental hurdle to get over if you don't do it right from the get-go. And again, you're not spending any of your own money out of your pocket, right? You don't go find a freelancer until you're paid from the client, and you only pay the freelancer, obviously, a percentage of what you get paid. So your guys, like, this isn't costing us money out the pocket, okay? Hi, is this live recorded? Will you post it on YouTube? Okay, if you guys want me to post it on YouTube later, I will. But obviously there's only gonna be one giveaway winner, and it'll be during this live right now. So I'm almost to that point. So hang in there, guys. I know you guys are like probably be so patient. You're like, girl, get to the giveaway. Okay. So we've learned everything else, right? We've learned the service. We're certified experts in it. If you take the boot camp or if you're self-taught, right, you're an expert. Now we've positioned ourselves as an expert with the free AI website or an AI website and with the LinkedIn profile. Then we're getting clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, automating the whole thing with AI. Now we've got to delegate the work out to freelancers on Fiverr, and this is how you only work 10 hours per month. Automation, delegation, principles, foundation for everything in my life, at least. Work smarter, not harder, okay? All right, so you're gonna probably be like, okay, well, how do I get credible people on Fiverr, right? You can vet them properly. How I do it and how I explain it in the boot camp is you want to, like, first you're going to filter them. You're going to go through, there's like levels. So you want to find people who are of expert level in, if you're offering meta ad services. So you don't have to train them, okay? You're not training them on these services. They already know these services. You're just going to basically train them on how you like to operate. Again, I cover that in the 10-hour 10K work month. Like, I give you the report templates to give to them so that they fill out that you can provide for the clients. It basically has like all the KPIs, like, okay, so how much money did they spend? How much money did they make? What's their cost per purchase? What's their return on ad spend? What was their cost per 1,000 views? What audiences did we test this week? Which audience performed the best this week? Which ads performed the best this week? Which ads did we turn off this week? Which ads are we gonna turn on next week? All of that good stuff. And so you're gonna filter when you're on Fiverr. Okay, I need a meta ads specialist. We're going to filter it by expert level so that they're very, very good. And you're going to look for ones that have 5-star reviews and they've got a lot of reviews, right? You don't just want one with like 1 or 2. And it shows like how much, like, it'll show that they've made a lot of money on there, meaning like they've gotten a lot of positive feedback and they've completed a lot of good work. You can also go through their portfolios. And you guys, I'm going to give you like a super, super insider secret tip on how, because people are going to be like, well, it's really hard to get clients without a proposal, without experience, without a case study. I give 3 really, really good examples in the 10-hour 10K work month, because obviously you're right, it is hard to get clients, and it's even harder when you're a total beginner. Like, there's no way around that. But I make it, again, as easy as possible. It's not easy, but I make it as easy as possible, okay? And this is gonna be, I'm gonna give you guys one of the ways right here, right now, on how you can like score a proposal right from the get-go, or like a portfolio right from the get-go, so that you can hit the ground running. So we're outsourcing the work to these freelancers on Fiverr, right? So when you're vetting a freelancer, first you're gonna look for, okay, they have to be an expert in the service, they have to have 5-star reviews and a lot of them, really good. Then you have to look at their portfolio. Do they have a really good, robust portfolio that looks like, okay, yeah, they know their stuff, right? Then you're gonna hop on a call with them, okay? That's how you vet them properly, right? Anybody can fake anything on the internet. You can even fake answering questions on the phone, but at least you vet them a little bit better. I give you guys the questions you should ask them and the types of answers you should be looking for in the boot camp, but you vet them properly. If they sound like they know what they're talking about, they're probably a good fit, right? And I have a method of, you can tell them, you can reach out to these freelancers before you even get a client and say, hey, listen, you look like you know your stuff, you look really good. I'm about to get a ton of clients and I need to delegate the work out, okay? So I plan on feeding you a bunch of clients. Is it cool if I use your portfolio to pitch these clients so that they know the type of work we produce, right? You sign a contract with them, you just send over a contract. I have the template and say, like, if you want to sign a contract just so you feel safe, cool. And then anytime I book a client using your portfolio, you get that client. My students have used this, like, they have an instant portfolio and they say it like works, crushes it all the time. So now you have an instant portfolio. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. We are cooking. We are cooking. And now we're off to the motherfucking races, okay? This is how you work only 10 hours per month and make at least 10K per month, okay? Like I said, to be transparent and realistic, okay? Give it 6 months. Give it 6 months. It's a consistency play. If you can dedicate 1 to 2 hours, 5 days a week for the next 6 months, excluding learning the skill, okay? That's gonna take you another, 30 days. What if you wanna be self-taught, or if you wanna purchase a training or a boot camp, you can do it a lot quicker, okay? After that, it's gonna be 6 months, 2 hours a day. And the majority of that time is going to be reaching out to potential clients, okay? Because that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Consistency pays off 100% of the time. Eventually you get your trick shot. Eventually you get your first client. and then it's a snowball effect. And then you start getting referrals, and then it's churning, and then word of mouth, and then you're going, and then now 6 figures a month. I know people in this space who make 7 figures a month. I feel like, listen, okay? I bagged groceries at Winn-Dixie, okay? I scooped poop at doggy daycare. I've worked retail, outlet retail, folding clothes. I've worked every service industry job on the, like, hostess, server, bartender. I've worked shitty 9-to-5s, doing the same thing I'm doing now, making $16 an hour. I've worked corporate 6-figure jobs, okay? I've worked it all, okay? I know that working for yourself and making 10 hours a month is like, that to me was life-changing, and it still is life-changing, and I know it's life-changing to a lot of people. It's just so crazy that when you're in the space and you realize that, like, oh my gosh, 10K per month is like the baseline, like it only goes up from there. Like, I make 6 figures a month, and I know that that's crazy. It's crazy stupid money. Like, it really, I bought 2 houses last year, my 2 dream houses last year. Like, it's crazy stupid money. Like, and sometimes I can't even believe it. And then just knowing that, like, people are making 7 figures a month, like, oh my gosh, it's just bonkers. It's bonkers. And then, like, seeing, like, if you guys follow me on my stories, I repost, like, student success stories all of the time, and it's bonkers. Like, it's crazy what's happening and what people are getting, and, like, it's the coolest ever. Sorry, my phone's about to die. I need to charge it. It's, like, the coolest thing ever. Okay. So, I want to open it up to Q&A. But first, I want to do the giveaway, okay? Because you guys stayed. I did get through that in about an hour. So very cool, but I was only gonna go live for an hour, but I wanna open it up for Q&A for you guys, obviously. But first I wanna do the giveaway so that that person can win, and then after the giveaway, the boot camp right now, if you guys are interested in it, is half off, okay? It's fully half off. If you guys want me to run through that a little bit before I get to Q&A, I totally can. Because it's half off right now and only during this live. As a thank you guys, if you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my Linktree. It's the first link in my Linktree. It's the first link in my Linktree. The enrollment page has student testimonials. It's got more information. The checkout page has a discount automatically applied at checkout. It's typically $4,000 all in. You get everything. Again, I can run through it if you want, but it's just under $2,000 for everything. And again, like, no additional purchasing, anything like that. So very, very cool. All right, so let's do the giveaway. I'm not sure how to do the giveaway. I think I'm just going to pick somebody who has been really participating and really, and I'm going to randomize it because I can do that on my computer with the people who have been commenting. And I'm going to take into consideration both Instagram and both TikTok, or you guys want me to make it even better and more fair, I'll do a giveaway for somebody on TikTok and one on Instagram. So I'm gonna give 2. So if you guys stayed, awesome guys. Okay. So I'm going to give it, okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are commenting so much. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I want to give it away to everybody, but you know, like, I gotta be realistic here. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I'm going to pick first on Instagram first because there was somebody that commented on the Instagram early on, and I already put it through the randomized delay and they're still here, so I want to make sure that they get it. And let me find it, let me scroll up. It was, or I can go on to here. It was the wonderful woman on Instagram who told me that she missed her gym workout because she wanted to catch this live. So F Teal, congratulations on Instagram. You just won the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you so that, let me see if I can find you. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you so that you can easily DM me. It's not letting me. How come I can't? It's saying like maybe I can pin your comment. Because I know I can do that. So, okay, she just commented thank you. So I'm going to pin your comment. Did it pin it? Okay, it pinned it. Okay. You're so welcome, and I'm so glad. All right. Let me follow you. I'll follow you because I want to be able to easily get in communication with you. Oops. Am I in the right profile? No. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I'll go ahead and follow you on my desktop, but I want to pick the winner on TikTok. So give me a second. I'm gonna run it through the randomized time delay, or the randomized thing on TikTok for the people who have been here since the beginning of the TikTok live. Give me 1 second. Okay, I have it. It is Katrina with underscores. Does that sound like it rings a bell? If you're here, Katrina with an underscore on TikTok, can you please comment? Because if she's not here, I gotta give it away to somebody else. Katrina, me? Yes, you. I said Katrina with an underscore, right? Yes. Okay, let me go ahead. Can I pin your comment? It doesn't let me pin your comments. Maybe I can follow you though, I think directly. Okay, so I followed you back. All right, so I don't need to pin your comment because I already followed you back. All right, please, 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 after this live or right now, shoot me a DM. Obviously, I'll remember. Say like, hey, I won the giveaway, and right after this live, I will go ahead and shoot you access. Same with you. I'm gonna follow you right now. I might already be in let's see. All right, Farah. Okay, followed back. All right, so following both you guys winners. Thank you guys so much. And now I want to open it up for Q&A. If you guys liked this, let me know. I can do more of these live trainings because, yeah, well, congrats, you guys. I'm so stoked for you. And I literally just decided that on a whim to give away both on both platforms. So super excited for you guys. Congrats. If you guys like this, let me know and I'll do more of these. Like, I want to help you guys. I want to help you guys. Come on, do another one on TikTok. I'll try. But, you know, this is like a one-time thing. So I want to make sure that, you know, you guys get the benefit for being here and showing up for this one-time thing. I'll see if I want to do it again, but you guys, the 10-hour 10K work month is going to be half off for the next 30 minutes, right? Let me see what it says. So even if you didn't win, and also, just so you guys know, I do still do the giveaway for people who have already purchased. So it's for anybody who participates in these lives. I've done a giveaway before, and somebody who already won the 10-hour 10K work month, I said, listen, I'll refund you. You get your money back, or you can have a year free access to school, which is like, it's totally super exclusive. It's its own thing. So like, don't hold off on buying the 10-hour 10K work month because you want to win it. Like you're still able to win it. I'm an equal opportunist, you guys. So really, really cool. Okay, now I want to open up the floor to any questions. If you guys want me to run through the entire 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp, I totally can. Again, sign up for my emails because I'm going to give that entire prompt on how you can learn the services and the skills totally for free using Perplexity, okay? Again, I'm an equal opportunist, okay, you guys? So congrats, giveaway winners, and let me open up the floor for Q&A because I think the bootcamp is half off. Let's see what it says. I set it for like a half hour after the live ended, but of course the live is supposed to end at 6. I'm gonna extend it, but it still says it's half off for the next 28 minutes only. Nala, you signed up. Congratulations, I'm so stoked for you. Please, please, please keep us posted on your progress and your success. How cool. DeBroy wants to know how many hours is the bootcamp? That's a great question. It is, there's self-paced video modules, so you can take it at your leisure. As it stands now, it's about 18 hours in total. I say about because I'm always adding updates to it, and you're always entitled to any and all updates, totally complimentary as they come. The bootcamp's only about 2.5 years old, and I've already added a ton of updates, but I am considering doing like a full revamp. If I do that, I will raise the price, okay? If you've already purchased or you purchased before that happens, you're grandfathered in always to any and all updates. So the sooner you purchase, just the more you get, because you get any and all updates totally complimentary. I'm thinking about, even though it's only 2.5 years old and I've added tons of updates, I'm thinking of like an entire overhaul, which would be really cool, right? So yeah. Can you pick any vertical or generate leads for companies in addition to meta ads? Absolutely. Like I said, entrepreneurship is not black and white, right? There is no right or wrong way to do it. If you find a way that you like better, you find a niche that you like, if you find that you like doing lead ads better than e-commerce, like that is, there is no black and white. And so it's really hard because we're used to black and white. We're used to a job, right? We show up on these days, get paid this amount, or work these many hours, do this work, get paid this amount of money on this day. That is very black and white. And so it's hard for us to go into entrepreneurship and be like, I can do it this way, or I can price myself differently from somebody else, or I can not outsource the work. Like there's no black and whiteness to it. I just teach you exactly how I hit my numbers and how a lot of my students are hitting their numbers. And you're allowed to take any variation of that. Do you think this is good if you are a mental health provider growing a private practice? So this is going to be something totally different, right? And this is something that I always recommend doing on the side, okay? Like, I don't recommend that you quit your job and try to do this. Like, this is not a get rich quick thing. Again, you don't want that by any means, right? You want to build this up on the side so where you make enough money that replaces your full-time job. So this is going to be something completely different. So if you want to have both avenues, totally, but I'm not sure it's going to translate necessarily into a mental health practitioner. But it will help you if you want to learn how to run meta ads, TikTok ads, or email marketing for that business. What's the difference between the bootcamp and school? Great question. So I have two offers, right? But only one is available right now, and that is the 10-hour 10K Work Month Bootcamp. And that is the exact step-by-step, which is half off right now for like the next 25 minutes only. Then it goes back up to $4,000. It's only $2,000, just under $2,000 right now. And that is the step-by-step, right? That is, I teach you and certify you in meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. And it's not just Basics Foundations 101, right? I teach that, plus I teach how to actually set up the campaigns, how to actually build out the strategies, test the audiences, read and analyze the data so that you can optimize and scale and make your clients profitable, which is what pays the big bucks. I take you into my clients' accounts and show you the exact moves I make so that you learn at a complete expert level. It's very beginner friendly. I take you from I don't know anything all the way to expert level, right? And you learn those meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing, all three of those services, the exact step-by-step. Then again, I teach you how to position yourself as an expert. I walk you through how to set up your website, plus your LinkedIn profile. Again, I covered that very well in the live, but I walk you through it, give you the templates, all that. I show you exactly how to get clients on Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed. I give you every single resource template you need, cover letter template, proposal template, contract templates, mock interviews with clients, client onboarding checklist, competitor analysis reports, literally everything you need. You get it's like a turnkey business. You just have to implement and execute. Like the resources in there and templates alone are worth the price of the bootcamp. Then I teach you how to automate the entire thing using AI. I give you that lead automation that took me from $30,000 a month to $100,000 per month. I built it out in Zapier. I give you that template and I walk you through how to customize it, plus how to automate your entire back end. Then I teach you how to outsource and delegate the work out to freelancers on Fiverr, walk you through that entire process, give you every single resource you need for that. It also comes with the student-only Facebook group. It's a private community. It's an amazing community. It's what I wish I had when I started. Like a place for support, a place for like a soundboard. Not only do I answer every question that gets asked in there, but you also get advice and tips from other students. It's an amazing resource, amazing community. And then you also have lifetime access, so you get any and all updates. You pay one time, and that is it. You don't pay another dime. And so if I revamp the course and totally update it and raise the price, you get all of those updates grandfathered in. That's the 10-hour 10K Work Month Bootcamp. Then I also offer School of Anti-Workaholics. That is an exclusive monthly membership for mindset, motivation, additional live trainings, and recorded trainings that I open up like 4 times a year. Like each quarter I open it up. So right now it is closed. The only way to get into it is if you're a student, and you get 20% off. You can cancel at any time. But the only way to get into it is if you're a student. Otherwise, I open up for the public. I just opened it up to the public like 2 months ago, so it's going to be a little while for the next open to the public. But it's like just more for motivation and mindset and like additional trainings and live trainings. So those are my 2 offers. Do you have any student testimonials? Yes, if you click the link in my profile and you go to the first link in my link tree, it's going to take you to the enrollment page, and the enrollment page has tons of student testimonials, video, written, and more information if you're interested. And again, it's going to be half off for like the next 23-ish minutes. What area do you suggest for a more introverted person? Willow, this is a great question, and I get this question a lot, and I totally understand. And the thing is that it might be funny for you to believe, is that I genuinely feel like I am a very introverted person. And it seems weird because I look and feel confident. You should see the videos that I first posted on TikTok. Like, they're trash. And that was only like 3 years ago. They were bad. I have worked so hard to get better at it, to do public speaking, to get on calls. Like, my very first client that I got for Meta ads, I messed up so bad. They threatened to sue me because I had such severe imposter syndrome, and I literally stopped picking up the phone to their phone calls. They were like, you better have been fucking kidnapped, because there's no excuse for you not to pick up the phone. I was like, I'm scared, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Okay? Like, what I'm saying is that you could be an introvert and do these things. It would be really nice if we could stay in our comfort zone and make a ton of money and do something that allowed us to stay in our comfort zone. That would be really nice. I would love that. I think a lot of us would love that. Odds are it's not very realistic, right? Great success, and great growth come from leaving your comfort zone. You can't be in your comfort zone. Like, you just can't, right? You can't expect to improve, grow, see great success, and not be uncomfortable. Like, it just has to happen. And I can promise you and tell you that the best way, and it's what a lot of people don't want to hear, but they need to hear, the best way to get over it is to go through it. You'll never be prepped enough. You will never feel ready. Ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. I promise. You decide when you're ready. You say, you don't feel ready, but I am ready. I'm going to do it right now anyways. The more client calls you take, the more proposals you send out, the better you get at it, the more natural it comes to you, and it starts to build like a muscle. Doesn't mean you're now an extrovert, because I'm not. It's just I've trained myself, and anybody can train themselves. Like, it just is what it is, and the best way to go through it, to get over it, is to go through it. And you learn so much more by doing than preparing. We all know that when we prepare for stuff and then we put it into action, it's never how we planned. And we're like, why did we waste all this time planning? We should have just done it and then learned as we went along the way. So I hope that helps. Focus, Laura, focus. I know, right? It's late. It's late in the evening, guys. Can you go over how you input competing LinkedIn profiles into your ChatGPT? Sure. You might have to do it into Perplexity, right? Perplexity is free. It's another AI chatbot, but it's better at reading and analyzing links. If not, you simply copy and paste. You say, hey, here is a competing LinkedIn profile. I'm going to copy and paste everything that they have for you. Screenshot it and upload it as a PDF, and it can read all of it. You guys ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. You get it all, guys. When you face your fear, you become confident. It's so true. It's so true. Like, one of the things that I'm trying to do more and get better at is speaking events. Like, it was one of my biggest fears. Like I said, if you see my original videos, the amount of people in my videos being like, I say, I am a huge user of filler words. I say, like, literally all the time. If you watch my earlier videos, I say it all the time, and people in the comments are like, like, this girl, shut the F up, stop saying these words. I'm like, oh my God. And I know it makes me human, but I can still improve. And I have improved. I've gotten way better. I talk really fast, okay? That's 100% a nerve thing. Like, it's me trying to get it over with. That's a nerve thing. And so if you notice I'm talking really fast, I'm still nervous. My chest it gets red. Like, I still get nervous. It is what it is. You get over it. You know, it's like you have to go through it. And it's not that you become a different person. It becomes your new norm. You think TT was suppressing your comments, so you posted it here. Ask it again. I'm doing my best to answer all questions. Will I outreach to only contract jobs or all related W-2 marketing gigs? Great question. So on LinkedIn, right, I went over that you don't reach out at all. I had the whole strategy for that, and I went over that. On Upwork, it's only freelance contract gigs on there. And then Indeed, you're gonna want to filter it first by contract positions that are remote, right? Because those are freelance and they're remote. Then also, I said I recommend reaching out to full in-house positions, but positioning it as this is a better alternative for you, and here's why. Laura, hi Mia, do we have direct access to you on top of the video tutorials? So that is a great question. And I have hundreds of students, I have hundreds of people in my DMs being like, oh my God, I'll pay you like $10,000, I'll fly you out to me if you can just like sit here and walk me through it, right? And as nice as that would be, it's just not feasible. Like I can't do hundreds of those, thousands of those with people. It's just not, it's not realistic. And then I wouldn't be able to do these lives. I wouldn't be able to post content. I wouldn't be able to update my course regularly, So the boot camp serves as a one-on-one because I walk you through it. However, you do have access to me in the form of I answer every student question that gets asked in the Facebook group. Every student question. I go live very regularly. I have students popping in my lives all the time asking questions, and I answer students' emails. So anytime you have a question, if you want a more in-depth than what you're getting in a Facebook group, you can email me and I will answer you and troubleshoot anything you have. So you do have access to me, right? This isn't one of those things where you purchase and I disappear, okay? I've purchased a course like that before and it's the worst. It is the worst. Like, you can't get rid of me. I'm always around, all right? I mean, you could block me if you wanted to. But what I'm saying is I'm always around. And that's kind of like, I believe in this. I wouldn't be around if I didn't believe in it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the fact that I make good money and I provide a very good life for my family. And my family is the most fulfilling thing in my life, okay? Media buying pays my bills, it's great, but it doesn't give me purpose, okay? Like, it does. It pays my bills and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. But like, I genuinely get emotional reading messages from students or seeing like their comments or their success. It is the most rewarding thing I've done outside of my family. Like, it's so, I feel like it's my purpose, and I feel like what I'm doing it's why I wake up in the morning and show up every single day for you guys. Like, I feel indebted to you guys. Like, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, my success is tremendous. It's so cool. I'm so grateful for it, but it's nothing like sharing it along you guys. Like, in my live the other day on Instagram, I had somebody tell me that they just quit their job as a professor or student. And she said that she hated her job and she wasn't getting paid good at all. Like, she was barely making ends meet, which is crazy. You would think a professor gets paid good. And she's like, I felt like I had no way out, right? Like, if I wanted to do something else, like an education degree doesn't translate to anything. I'd have to go back to school. And she's like, I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to pay more money. Like, I'm trapped. And she said that she finally was making enough money offering med ad services, and she's quitting her job as a professor. Is that like the coolest thing ever? And like, knowing that I've been in scenarios like that, right? Like, obviously I've never been a professor. I don't have a degree, but I've been in shitty situations, okay? I've lost my apartment. I've got kicked out of my apartment. I've lost my car. My bank account's been negative more times than I can count. I've lived in a literal shack. People wouldn't visit me because they thought like it would collapse. Like, it was bad. I've been to the grocery store where my card declines and I've had to put the groceries back on the shelf. Like, really dehumanizing. I've worked shitty jobs. Like, I've worked bartending, I've worked retail, I've worked shitty 9-to-5s. I paid like $16 an hour. I was making like $1,100 every 2 weeks. Like, that's not enough to pay your bills. And knowing that I've gotten out of that scenario and like seeing others too is the coolest, craziest thing ever. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so like, this is the coolest thing. Like, how cool is this, guys? And I'm so excited for my 2 giveaway winners. So don't worry, right after these lives, I I'll message you guys and get you guys access like within minutes, okay? So super, super cool. All right, I do have to run soon, guys. I'm gonna try and stay for 5 more minutes and answer any last quick questions you guys have. That means a 10-hour 10K work month is only half off until 6:30. Like if you click on the link in my profile, there's gonna be a countdown timer on there, and it will let you guys know when that offer ends, and it's very, very soon. Please post this to YouTube. Okay, I will, and I'll send it out to you guys in an email. Is outsourcing client calls a possibility? Everything can be outsourced. So yes, absolutely. You can absolutely outsource this. I have students who do it all the time. What businesses make the best clients? The ones with the biggest budgets. Naturally, right? I find that to typically be e-commerce. E-commerce have very, 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 very high budgets. Very personal questions. How do clients pay you? How do they pay me? Well, before, like when I was starting out, I would simply send an invoice. It was a simple PDF. And on that PDF, I had a way for them to pay me either via Venmo or my banking routing number. They direct wire transfer me. Now I use QuickBooks and I use Stripe, right? But if you're just starting out, you don't have QuickBooks or anything like that, you can send a simple invoice with information to directly deposit money into your account. So let me see if there's any last quick questions. There was like a question that I saw. How are you covering outsourcing financially? You mentioned the client covers it, however, you don't get paid usually until you complete the work. So could you please explain how that works? So that's not how I operate or how I know any other freelancer operates, right? Or how any agency operates. I do not do work or start any work until I have been paid, right? You're not gonna get me, and we send out the invoices. They have a net 15, which means they've got 15 days to pay the invoice. But always first, I charge an initial deposit, initial setup deposit, right? And that initial setup deposit fee is typically $1,500 or $2,000. And that's for me to onboard you, to set you up, to build out your campaigns, to do the competitor analysis report. And that's going to float you to hire a freelancer for their first month. And keep in mind, all of this is on a month-to-month basis, your freelancer and your client work. You can have clients on board you can have contracts that lock clients in for 3 months, 6 months. You can do whatever you want, okay? I'm just telling you what I do and I like and what works for me and how I'm able to hit these numbers. So I don't start or begin any work until that initial deposit is paid, right? First they sign the contract, then I immediately sign or send the invoice for the setup fee. Once they've paid that, I can hire the freelancer, right? Then the first of every single month, I send out an invoice, and that client has 15 days to pay me, okay? They typically don't take 15 days to pay you, but the money gets paid up front. Like usually I'll send it out a week before so that I get paid like on the first, because it takes about a week for them to pay. So I'll send it the week out before to get paid on the first for that month, and then month begins for that month. If they don't pay, I cease work, I stop work. I'm not doing the work and then expecting them to pay me. That's not how that works. That's not how any agency works or anything like that. So I hope that helps. So you're not out any money directly out of your pocket is what I'm saying. How do you combat chargebacks? You have friends who have experienced this and it sucks for them. Don't accept credit cards. I don't accept credit cards. Don't accept credit cards. This is why I work. First of all, if you're experiencing chargebacks, I've never experienced, the only time I've ever experienced somebody wanting a refund was that very first client that I told you about that I essentially ghosted because I was super insecure and I was an introvert and I couldn't pick up the phone, and they threatened to sue me because they wanted their money back because I wouldn't answer the phone. Once we all cooled down, because I did the work, right? I did the work, I just completely dropped the ball and stopped answering their calls because I was freaking out. And you live and you learn, now I'm much better for it. But we ended up like, okay, I did do the work, dropped the ball of communication, I'll give you back half your money. We were both happy at the end, we severed ties, we're good. I only work month to month, right? If I'm doing good work for a client, they're gonna stay with me. I don't need to lock them into a long-term contract, right? I wouldn't want to. If I'm performing terribly for you, why would I wanna lock them in? That's bad business, okay? The only time I've seen like people experience stuff like that is when they lock clients in for 6-month terms and they are like, I don't have to try hard for you. I've already locked you in. And so then they let them pay with a credit card, and then that client doesn't charge back, okay? That's in the 11 years of experience I've done this, I've never had a client or a student tell me that one of their clients tried to get them to give them their money back, right? Like, that's sketchy, and they're doing not good work. Also, my clients like pay me 10 grand. Typically, they're not putting that on a credit card. It's wire transfers, it's bank transfers. It goes directly, like, you have invoices set up that goes directly into your bank account. So don't accept credit cards. Don't do shady work. Don't lock clients into contracts that they're not getting good results. And so if your client is unhappy, right, for 1 month, they can be like, you know what? I see that you tried, but it's not working out. We're going to move on. And so they're not going to ask for a refund for 1 month of like you trying, right? Also, produce good work for your clients. You'll never have that problem. Lisa, you used my ChatGPT prompt to create $1 million digital business and it's going so well. I'm so stoked for you, Lisa. How cool is that? Congrats. Also, if you guys signed up for my emails, in the link in my profile, I've sent that one out in an email, but I'm going to send out the one on how to learn that service for free using Perplexity. So sign up for my emails. You guys get everything in my emails. Farah says she'll keep us updated. Congrats, Farah. I'm so stoked for you. Okay, so I do have to run. Thank you. Dory says thank you so much for your value. You signed up for my emails. Thanks. I'll send this out to you guys too. I'll upload it to YouTube, and maybe over the weekend I'll send out this video replay. So thank you guys so much for being here. Again, the 10-hour tech to work with. Oh, it's only half off for the next 6 minutes, guys. So let me go. So you guys have time if you want to purchase it. Because it goes back up to $4,000 after 6 minutes. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Giveaway winners, I'm going to message you very, very shortly, so you'll have access in the next like 10 minutes or so if you respond back quickly. So thank you guys so much. I hope you liked this training. Comment on my video